Well, hello, my fellow Xennials. Welcome back to another episode of My So-Called Xennial Life. We have made it to episode 30, the big 3-0. Even though I passed the big 3-0 a while ago, I'm about over the big 4-0 now. Anyway, I don't know how many more will be coming. Maybe 30 more, maybe 300 more. You know, like I said, time will tell because, as you see, there's been a long period before with each episode, and I'm just doing them for fun. So, you know, I may do 3 more, 30 more, 300 more, 3,000 more. You don't know. But anyway, on this episode, we are going back to the wonderful world of 80s toys. You know, we did the Pound Puppies and such, and now we're going to be doing My Buddy.
My buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy, wherever I go, he goes. My buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy, I'll teach him everything that I know. My buddy and me, like the climb up a tree. My buddy and me, we're the best friends that could be. My buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy and me.
My Buddy from Playskool.
Catchy jingle, ain't it? Anyway, here's my Wikipedia definition of what My Buddy doll is. The My Buddy doll was a toy brand made by Hasbro in 1985, so I would have been 6, with the intention of making a doll to appeal to young boys, which I was at the time, and teach them about caring for their friends. This idea was both innovative and controversial at the time, as toy dolls were traditionally associated with younger girls, aka gender roles. Hasbro also introduced a companion kid sister marketed towards girls. Hasbro discontinued the line before the start of the 1990s, and Playskool took over production, making changes to the likeness and clothing. And here he is. This isn't my original doll. I picked this one up at a flea market in Seacock, Massachusetts. As you see, it doesn't have the hat or anything, but it has everything else. It has the little shoes and, you know, the overalls and stuff like that. And I gotta admit, I don't really have that many memories of My Buddy doll, just that I had one, and I remember the jingling and being like, you know, my buddy, my buddy. Actually quite durable little doll, if you want to admit, you know. So anyway, I do think I can say that I do think my sister Charlene, my older sister, who's older by 2 years, had a kid sister, but other than that, I don't really have too many fond memories, not like the Pound Puppy I have, or a few other little toys that'll be coming into the future, you know, my pet monster and stuff like that, but I don't know, there is a nostalgic feel to My Buddy. I do remember getting rid of My Buddy for the release of Child's Play, and while I don't think there's really any connection to the downfall of My Buddy and Child's Play, but I'm pretty sure it didn't really help, because when you think of this, you kind of think of he has a knife and he's going to kill you. I know, I have a knife right next to my computer, like I'm going to protect myself from internet trolls or something like that. So, you know, anyway, that's all I really have to say about My Buddy. Just that here's the doll, and he's kind of cute, and he has frizzy hair, but he would have a cap, a baseball cap, but like I said, this one does not have one. So that's it for this episode. It's not going to be very long because I don't really have a lot to talk about it. You know, just that I had one back in the 80s and I got rid of it before Child's Play, and that maybe my sister had a kid sister doll. You know, it was just back in the 80s, it was a lot of toys, you know, whether it's Pound Puppies or He-Man stuff, and, you know, so there was a lot of choosing from, and, you know, advertising back then was pretty good. I do think there might have been a cartoon related to My Buddy, but I didn't see it, so there's no really point of talking about it. But, you know, back then, there was advertisers were really good at advertising for us pain-in-the-ass kids back in the 80s, and at the time, people had more income, not so much today, because standard of living was lower back then, things were cheaper back then, the standard of living met up with the basic wages, but which don't happen nowadays. So there's, you know, so parents, and my parents particularly, did spoil us. I mean, I had some, you know, don't have some pleasant memories about my parents, but I have a lot of good memories about my parents, and my parents did try to spoil us to a degree, and as much as they could. And having a My Buddy was really cool. I don't remember being made fun of for having a My Body doll. You know, there's that whole idea of being like, oh my gosh, you made a doll for boys. That's a girl's toy. My parents were never really like that anyway. My parents wouldn't have a problem with my sister playing G.I. Joes, and they wouldn't have a problem with me playing with Barbie dolls. It wasn't a big deal. But for some people, that was a huge deal. So yeah, the idea of boys having a doll was definitely something that I'm sure people were upset over, but in my household, it wasn't. So, not every episode will be long. It just depends on the subject matter. And in these episodes, I'm trying to give my view of what certain aspects of 80s, 90s, and 2000s pop culture, Xennial pop culture, affected me and how I remember it. But anyway, we'll say goodbye to my buddy. Even though I picked him up at the flea market, I don't really think I'm going to keep him. Like I said, I kind of had that nostalgic feeling, but there's no real memories surrounding it as much, so I am gonna probably donate them or sell them to somebody. So anyway, write in the comments of what your memories of My Buddy was, or Kid Sister. Hopefully they're better than mine. And do you still have your dolls today? Anyway, please subscribe and share. Until next time, bye.